we are back. So this is the second half of chat number 150, believe it or not, chat number 150, and it was titled, I've already put it up, it was titled On Track, or see, Off Track, Bounce Right Back. So today is December the 1st. This is the second half of our chat number 150, and so we were talking about if you had gotten off track, how to get right back on track, and talking about what words to use. There are also, I think it's very important to use some tools and to use some planning tools. So we talked 2 weeks ago about portions. We have talked in the past about the creep, and I think the creep is real. I've caught myself doing it many times. And when I catch myself, oh, sorry, Barbara just said something really cute. She says, only track on the days that you want to lose weight. That is awesome. And Sandra says, I always track except 0 point drinks. I will have to admit, I do not track I do not track 0 point drinks either, which, by the way, this was refrigerator iced tea with no sweetener. And the Perfectly Peach, you don't need any sweetener. It is so good. Okay, so we've been talking about, 2 weeks ago, we were talking about portions versus servings. So remember, things are measured in serving sizes. Like one of the things that we're going to be talking about tonight are turkey meatballs. So these turkey meatballs, a serving, so according to this company, a serving is 6 meatballs. And the 6 meatballs should weigh approximately 85 grams. So if you are one of my weighing girls, then you could certainly put these out, because these are already pre-cooked. So I'm just saying something like this, that you could go ahead and weigh it instead of just saying, oh, 6 meatballs. You could go ahead and weigh it and see if you're actually getting 85 grams, because you might be getting 80 grams and you might be getting 90 grams. But you could go ahead and weigh it. But remember, this is a serving size. So some innocuous person out here in the nebula somewhere has decided that 6 of these turkey meatballs is a serving. A serving is different, though, than a portion. So a portion is how much you decide of something that you want to eat. So if I decide that my portion is going to be 8, if I decide that I'm going to eat 8 meatballs, that is a portion, not a serving. So you have to record it accordingly. And I'm saying that because when we talked about serving sizes, and we talked about measuring and what your perfect portion is, and we talked about that 2 weeks ago, one of the things I want to remind people about is you do still need to measure or weigh, and you can use common items in your kitchen. Again, you can go back to the chat 2 weeks ago. That was chat number 148, and thank you, Vicki. That was chat number 148, and you can go back and watch or listen to that one, talking about portion sizes versus serving sizes. I don't always have time to measure everything out. I do have, a set of the Weight Watchers measuring spoons that I can use as a serving spoon, so I can measure it. And I have pre-portioned several items in my kitchen so that I know, okay, if I'm using this container, that's a half a cup. This one is a fourth of a cup. This one is, this glass is 6 ounces or 8 ounces, depending on where I fill it to, blah, 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 on and on and on. So I just want you to remember that. The creep is when you start to, and I'm bad about it with peanut butter. Peanut butter is one of my bad things to get the creep. So a tablespoon is a serving of peanut butter. But if I go back, like if I weight starting to eke up, and I go back and just start actually portioning everything, like portioning it out, meaning like measuring it out, then I'll go, oh, yeah, that 3/4 of a cup of cereal, nope, that's grown to a cup. Or that peanut butter that's supposed to be a tablespoon, that's grown to a tablespoon and a fourth or a half or whatever, because I love peanut butter and I love skim milk, and the skim milk will get bigger and bigger and bigger. The little jar that I showed you all last week, that's actually what I try to use that for, is for skim milk, because I think milk tastes fabulous out of a glass cold. Oh, Joyce says ketchup. Yep. And Rita says hers is peanut butter too. I think peanut butter is really easy. But that little glass, because I know how much is in that. And that helps me to portion it to the correct serving size. Bless you. But I'm saying that to say that part of what we're going to have to do between now and the next holiday, whatever the next holiday is for you, because it's going to be a busy time. I mean, I don't care if you do celebrate Christmas or Hanukkah or Kwanzaa or something like that. Yay for you. If you don't, it really doesn't matter. Unless you're a hermit, then you are still going to be, the rest of us are going to accidentally drag you along with us because, so let's just say that you don't celebrate Christmas. Okay. So I'm sorry for you. Really, I am. I'm kind of sad. But anyway, if you don't celebrate Christmas, if you work in an office, if you're in a doctor's office or a retail location or, anything like that, you are going to get caught up in the craziness of all things Christmas. Of people sending candy, bringing candy, sending cookies. Nobody sends anything like a fruit basket, or it's like fruit and chocolate, or somebody needs to put together, hey, some mail order somebody, you need to put together like a 0-point gift thing to give away at Christmas or something. There's a whole bunch of us that would love to have something like that. And what's funny is by the end of the season, a lot of your coworkers that you think, oh, they'll kill me if I bring in a big bag of oranges or something, by the end of the season, they're all going, oh, no more sugar. Please don't send me any more sugar or any fatty things, even if they're not doing it to lose weight, or to necessarily be healthy. By the end of the season, they are done. They are done. So we just discussed that we have 30 days in between now and the end of the year and Alyssa's birthday. And somebody, and I already forgot who you were. Mary, maybe, I don't remember. Somebody back up here, and I can scroll back and see, said we have 90 meals. So if you're not even counting snacks, if you're just counting 3 meals a day, then we have 90 meals. So I want to show you something that we have new at Casey Kitchen Center that I am super pumped about. These arrived just in time. Hold on a second. Let's see. Susan is saying that she bought the mini measuring cup for tablespoons. What is that? What is that? Yeah, Sylvia wants to know what it is too. Okay, but these, what I'm going to show you, arrived just in time for this season for me. It is going to be super, because we're always busy, okay? People that hang out with us for a day, they're like, oh my gosh. Okay, let's put it this way. Today's our day off. Today is the day we take the Sabbath as the Sabbath. We don't do any work like our jobs on Sundays anymore. And, but still our rest day is so busy that by 5:30 or 6, maybe, I think it was before the chat started, 2 of the people who, attended with us most of the day were already in bed. I've got another one trying to go to bed now. And I'm not going to be far behind him. But anyway, so December, as busy as our lives normally are, December is going to be super busy. Now is when everybody wants to take vacation. Now is when everybody wants to be off at the same time. Now is when people are trying to rush and get things in, for the last of the holiday. So these are just in time for me. You don't have to get these from us. You don't even have to buy anything like this. Just making a plan like this, if it's something that you already have at home, if it's something that you can access, somewhere near you, or if you want to purchase some of these from us, I think they're a really good deal. We do have these now at Casey Kitchen Center. I snagged a set of them because I desperately need them. This will make, so I can pre-make 14 meals with one set. So you all know I'm not a big prepper. Like I don't prep ahead, a week's worth of meals, but I could prep ahead 14 meals, 14 of the same or 14 and free. So these are from California Home Design. I don't know if y'all have seen these or not before, but it's called, and I just washed them, so sorry, they're still wet. It is called Meal Prep Haven, and this is a 3-compartment meal prep containers, and the sets that we got at the kitchen center have 14 in them. So they have a 10 and a 14. I mean, I don't know. I guess I could have gone either way. If people were going to do 10, like if they were going to prep 2 meals a day for, 2 meals a day for 5 days, and you would do that. But I don't know. The price really wasn't any more. It's $24.95 for 14 14 of these. So we did start carrying these at KC Kitchen Center. So, and again, it's just kckitchencenter.com, the letter K, the letter C, kitchencenter.com. Or if you're here in Knoxville or near Knoxville, we have these in at the showroom. And the showroom is at 5902 Kingston Pike. And it is a little chapel. It's a converted chapel. But there's 24 of these. So this is not 24. These are the ones that I am not currently using. I'm going to show you all the ones that I am currently using. And I've got a couple more, meals to prep. What I liked about these, they are thin enough that they can freeze. They're thin enough that you can stick them in the microwave. So they are BPA free for people who are concerned about things like that. So they're plastic. They are plastic. They're not silicone, but they are BPA free. They're freezer safe. You can put them in the freezer. I have not frozen one for more than a couple of days. And Sandra says frozen. She doesn't mean these, but anyway, I have not frozen one of these for more than a couple of days yet. I'll let you all know how that goes. I'll let you know if I have any issues with, like freezer burn or crystals forming or anything. They are reusable, so you can wash these. You can put them in the dishwasher on the top rack. They are microwavable. They are stackable, obviously. Yeah, and they are dishwasher safe at the top rack. So they come in a stack like this. Okay, and so Carol Lou, that's a great question. Carol Lou wants to know, do the compartments say what size they are or how much they hold? No, it does not, but because I am me, I measured it, and they are, the big side holds approximately 1.5 cups, because you know me, I measured it. So the big side, let me pull one apart for you. So the big side, sorry, still wet. So the big side holds approximately 1.5 cups, and that was of liquid. So anything that can be molded like liquid, like if it was mashed potatoes or if it was something that you could squish in there, it's approximately 1.5 cups. And then the small side was approximately 2/3 of a cup, and that was to, let me find it. That was to that first ridge. So I was afraid to get up too high. There's like an inner ridge, and then there's a top ridge, and then there's the top. So I was afraid to get too high off of here again, because this is the first time I've used them. Like this week is the first time I've used them. So I'm sure as I become more comfortable with it, I'll start to experiment and do things. But big side is approximately 1.5 cups. Smaller side is approximately 2/3 of a cup, is what I found because I went ahead and measured them. Okay. So one thing, the very first experiment that I did, if you turn it the right way, they go together very easily. So stack neatly like this. The whole one, all 25 together, is about this tall, which is going to take about half the space of the other containers that I've been using. So I'm going to be able to get 25 containers if they're stacked in about half the space that I was using. And again, it's Meal Prep Haven by California Home Goods, I think it's called, California Home Goods, and they are BPA free, freezer safe, reusable, microwavable, stackable, and dishwasher safe. Okay, and I went ahead and put water in one because I wanted to see how watertight it was. I don't want you to think that this would never leak, because I do have a tiny bit of liquid in here, just a tiny bit. None has actually come out yet. So I mean, it's looking like it's going to be pretty watertight, but I'm just doing this as an experiment. I would not, it's pretty wide, Carol Lou. I would not fill it with something liquidy, like I would not fill it with soup or something and then stick it sideways in your lunch bag, because I'm afraid that would not turn out well. And let me see if there is a size on here. Let's see. That I did not measure. Let me see if I've got my measuring tape. So these are, that's a great question, Carol Lou. Thank you. So long ways, they are 10 inches long. They are just under 8 inches wide. So this way it's about 10 inches. This way it's about 8 inches. And it is approximately 2.5 inches thick. So that way. Okay. So if you like these, we do have them for sale at kckitchencenter.com. They're everything right now is buy two get one free through tomorrow night. or we will have them at KC Kitchen Center. We are not open today or tomorrow, but let me show you what I made with them. So whether you're using Meal Prep Haven, or if you're using your own containers, or like I have other containers that I bought at Big Lots, because I've been playing with bento boxes, and there's all kinds. You're welcome, Carol. There's all kinds of different containers. How's Peanut? Just out of curiosity. Anyway, there's all different kinds of containers. What's more important than the container, as much as I would love for you to buy some to support us, what's more important than the container is what you're going to put in it. So I made 4 different things that specifically fit in this container. And again, it doesn't matter what the container is, but I made 4 different things that would specifically fit in these to show you that you can, prep ahead. So this one is just a simple sandwich with two garlic stuffed olives, some dill pickles, the little miniature dill pickles, and some carrots. So let me tell you how many smart points this one is. Whew, I'll have to talk fast. Okay, and I'm going to be switching back and forth. So this is on green. Okay, so this is 2 slices of white wheat bread. It is 4 slices of Lando Frost premium brown sugar ham. I don't know if y'all have that kind, but it's just a lunch meat. It's just a lighter lunch meat. Some baby carrots, the midget dill pickles, and 2 garlic stuffed olives. And so on green, if you're doing green, all of that, and look how easy that would be just to take to work, pull out. You could take this in your vehicle. You could stick it down in a cooler. I mean, how easy would that be? So it is 6 if you're doing green. Let me tell you what it would be on the, let me tell you what it would be on the others real quick. So that is 6 on green. It is, and we're not going to do this for every single one because this will take too long, but it is, come on. Also 6 on blue, and my guess is it's going to be 6 on purple. But anyway, so you can see you can switch back and forth. So if you're trying to decide which plan you're going to do it for at least the whole day. You have to do it for the whole day. I would prefer that you would do it for at least 2 weeks before you switch back and forth, just to see how it's working for you. But on green, blue, and purple, that one was 6. The others I'll just have to look up for you after we get done, because we don't have time. We don't have time to go through them because we only have like 11 minutes left. Okay, so again, plenty of room for that. Inside of here, I used, these are 2 of those little silicone cups that I show you all the time. So just because I wanted these to be divided. So I did not want the dill pickle, the little tiny dill pickles. I did not want them touching my garlic stuffed olives. So I just put 2 of those inside of that container, inside of that space. So remember, the space inside of it looks like this. So you have your big compartment, and then you have 2 of the smaller compartments. So I put 2 of those little silicone baking cups in one of these and separated it so that they wouldn't touch each other. And then the carrots I just put in there, and the sandwich I cut in half and stuck in. Okay, so how easy is that? This could literally go anywhere with me. And this is sturdy enough. I mean, I wouldn't want to stand on it or sit on it, but this is sturdy enough that, you could take this to the zoo, you could take it to work, you could take it wherever. Brenda, they're just olives. But they have each one of them. You don't have to get the garlic kind. I just like that kind. You can eat regular olives if you want, but this kind is just a big fat olive, and each one of them has a sliver of garlic in it. And they're delicious. Okay, so that's the first one. The second one, I just had visions of Alyssa and I going to the zoo, because we do have annual passes to Zoo Knoxville. Or if I was headed out somewhere and just had to have this like in the truck, or if I was in a hurry, just go. This one would be so easy. I know there's not much food in this one, but this would be so easy. I could stick, nothing in here is liquidy. So look, I can do whatever. I could stuff these side by side. I could actually put this in my backpack. Again, they're pretty sturdy, but they're also, pretty thin, so that they will freeze in microwave, so don't sit on them or cram them in anything. But this one, would be super easy. I could stack 2 of them, side by side. So all I did in this one is I put 2 pieces of light string cheese from Trader Joe's in there. This is one of those little bumblebee sandwich packs. Let me just show you, because this is perfect to eat by itself. John eats one of these almost every single day. So to get it open, it does have a little tab that you can pull up. And did you hear that? So each compartment clicks separately. Okay, so did you hear that? Okay, so each one of them clicked separately. So this is just 2 pieces of string cheese, light string cheese from Trader Joe's. A clementine does fit down in here. The fruit is going to have to be a little bit smaller, a little bit more compact fruit. If you do an apple, you're going to have to cut it up because they're not short enough to fit in this tray. But then this, John eats one of these almost every single day, and he's lost 40 pounds. 40 pounds. It's just a Bumblebee sandwich in seconds tuna salad. And the reason he likes this one, it already has just a wee tiny bit of mayonnaise in it. It has... this is more like tuna salad like you would make it at home, but it has this cute little spoon in it. So he can literally just open this and, you know, and eat it. And you could, Betty said you can keep snacks in your drawer at work. You totally could. The only thing with this one is it does have the string, this pack that I made does have the string cheese in it, so you would need to, you know, keep it refrigerated at some point. But when you close it, you just put the lid on, and each one of the compartments, can you all hear that? Each one of the compartments is going to close separately. So that is what keeps them, sorry, I think I've got my tuna pack stuck in it, but that is what keeps them from, you know, keeps it from popping open. So it's back together. All of my stuff is in there. Okay, so that one. Then I love salads at work. Love salads at work. I never make them and take them because I've been mixing them all together, and by the time I get there, I don't know, they just seem kind of funky. They just seem kind of funky to me. So, look what this is perfect for. This has Bib lettuce, so, because we can't eat romaine right now. Look, you know, because it's been recalled. But this just has Bib lettuce in it on this side. It was Bib lettuce and some kind of purple lettuce. And then it has 1/8 of a cup of Tillamook shredded cheese, which I love. And then I have grapes. And then in this one, again, in this little container, I used 2 of my little silicone cups and put it in there to separate them. And I've got a hard-boiled egg diced, and then I have 4 more pieces of the ham that I was talking about, the Lando Frost ham. And I sliced it up a little bit. It's not diced quite yet. But then, you know, you could put some, you know, dressing in a little container in a packet. And we only have 10% of the battery left. So, looks like we're going to cut it down to the wire. But anyway, so we've got some Bib lettuce, green and purple Bib lettuce, 1/8 of a cup of the Tillamook shredded cheese, or your favorite shredded cheese. You could use fat-free if you wanted to, but I don't do fat-free cheese. 1 egg, 1 hard-boiled egg diced up. And if you haven't seen, I'll show you real quick, even though we've only got 10% of the battery. Oh, where is it? Oh, here it is. Because I haven't washed it yet. 10% of our battery, so we've got to keep going. But the hard-boiled eggs, and now I can perfectly hard-boil an egg in my air fryer. That's another topic that's on another chat. But it's Tillamook. It's Tillamook, and there's nothing diet, there's nothing Weight Watchers about the cheese other than the flavor of this cheese. 1/8 of a cup is all I need to go on something like a salad. But my hard-boiled eggs, I put them in an egg slicer one way, chop it, take it out, turn it the other way, chop it, and it's perfect for a salad. But anyway, so it's got all of that in there. So on green, it was 0 for the lettuce, it's 2 points for the cheese, it's 2 points for the egg. I think it was 1 point for this, so that'd be 2, 4, 5, so that's like 5 points. And then the when Rita likes the Tillamook, and then the grapes, and that was it. And look, so the eggs and the ham might mix a little bit just because they're in the same compartment, but that is okay. But it's going to keep this off of my lettuce. Bye, Alicia. It's going to keep this off of my lettuce, so it's not going to be gross, and it's going to keep the wet grapes off of it. Okay, and the last one, this. I actually made 4 of these, and I'm going to take the top off of this one so you can see it. We have 4 minutes left. But these, I actually made 4 of these ahead, because y'all know I don't really meal prep a lot of stuff. But I made 4 of these ahead I put 2 of them in the refrigerator and 2 of them in the freezer so that John and I can have them tomorrow night for supper, and then another night next week we will already have a frozen meal. So all I did was the same broiled vegetables or roasted vegetables that we did last week for Thanksgiving. I did the rest of those, and I had enough that I divided them into 4 different containers. And so this has carrots, Brussels sprouts, potatoes, and parsnips. Parsnips do have points, okay? I happen to like parsnips, and I was willing to use a couple of points. I used 2 points for potatoes and 1 point for parsnips on green. Parsnips do have points if you're doing green, okay? So look it up. Obviously potatoes do if you're doing green or blue. This is 6 of the turkey meatballs that we talked about earlier. So this is 6 of those turkey meatballs. It is 4 points for 6 of them on green. We'll have to look up the other colors. And then 1 of my air fryer baked apples. This was marinated in some the G. Hughes sugar-free orange marmalade, I think is what it's called, or teriyaki orange ginger, something like that. Anyway, it smells heavenly. So, but I made 2 of these to go in the refrigerator for dinner tomorrow night. So guess what? Tomorrow night's already taken care of. I don't have to come home and cook anything. Woohoo! So 2 of these for tomorrow night. 2 of these went in the freezer so that one night next week they'll be like TV dinners. John and I will already have our dinner made. So how cool is that? I will also be able to report back to you on how they did in the freezer and how they did in the microwave. So, whew, okay, that was a lot of information really fast. So who's confused and who is pumped and excited about prepping a little bit or preparing, even if you're not prepping ahead, preparing for the next 30 days, 90 meals between now and the end of the year, okay? So everybody knows what your homework is. Let's see if Dusty wants to come say goodnight. Come here, buddy. He did not go in the parade, so he should be wide awake. He's not really, but come here. Come on. Now he thinks he's going to get meatballs. Okay, hold on. Let's tell Dusty goodnight, because it's been 2 weeks. You've been lazy for 2 weeks. Oh, and he is a fuzzball because I forgot to schedule his hair appointment. Let's see if we can see his eyeballs. Okay, so everybody, it's 90 meals. 90 meals between now and the first of the year, or Alyssa's birthday. So everybody get back on track. If you're not already on track, track. Don't forget to do your homework. If you are watching this later on YouTube, he wants down. If y'all are watching this later on YouTube, thank you very much. Please share it with somebody, but also watch the next video up here. You might need it. You never know. Go ahead and subscribe and then hit that little bell so that you'll know when you'll be notified when we put up our next video. And if you want to look at the spreadshirts, they are over here. So, whew, that was a lot. I'm worn out. We hi, Merry Christmas, for an hour today during the parade. So I'm pooped too. I'm going to go ahead and get ready. I'm going to put all my food up. And remember, we have these at kckitchencenter.com until tomorrow night, Cyber Monday. Oh, I forgot to say the code. The code is Cyber Monday. So the discount code is Cyber Monday, CYBERMONDAY. Or we have them at KC Kitchen Center if you want to come by 5902 Kingston Pike and visit us. And I'm going to tell you all good night. Y'all have an amazing and great week. You have 90 meals between now and the end of the year. Don't forget that. So everybody get back on track, and I will see you next week. Thank you. Good night.